Hello and welcome back to Little Drops of Wonderful. This is going to be my September wrap up. I'm starting this is what September's going to be like basically. It's going to be all over the place because it is Saturday the 6th of September and we are in the car and we are taking Lilia, who's currently got her earphones on, listening to the new... Oh, I was going to say you're listening to the new Sabrina Carpenter album. We're taking Lilia back to university and it's about a 4.5 hour drive and we've just started. We're just coming away from the petrol garage where we've got petrol. We've got snacks, I've got knitting, so I figured it was a good place to start because I've got a seasonal project with me. I've got my lovely bag from Craftmonger Law here. I've had this, it's just about my only Halloween bag and I love it, and it's got pumpkins on it and spiders, and this badge is from Toastal House Yarndale. Love it. So I got distracted there by a motorcyclist doing something weird. So in this bag I have got my crunkled socks that I started last year. It's patterned by Kay Jones and I'm using yarn that is called Firefly, but it's green and black. Ooh, coming to a sudden halt. And it's really Halloweeny to me. I really love it, but the yarn has not got nylon in it, and I bought a little extra spool of nylon thread, which I was thinking I would use to reinforce the heels and toes. But I'm now thinking that I like the yarn so much that I don't want it on my feet, and I might turn them into crunkled mitts. And now I say that, I'm wondering if I said that last year as well. Anyway, I need to think about that because I'll need to start doing a thumb gusset if that's the case, and if I don't want to turn them into mitts I need to start on the heel turn with the nylon thread. So we're starting the month with decisions to make on my crunkled socks or mitts, so I will show you what they look like. I'll turn the camera around. Okay, here we go. So this DPN holder is by Joe at Pickle Lily, and if memory serves me correctly it glows in dark. But it's perfect. Look how seasonal it all is. I love it. I've got my little beaded ghost. This is from, it's not Sewing Bee by Dee, it's her daughter. I'm going to put it on the screen because my brain is not catching up with what I want to say. And I love my little ghosty, so I'll link everyone underneath as usual. I made this little one, my little pumpkin out of Fimo, and this is the yarn. It is by Rhapsody Yarns. I don't know if she still does this colourway, but it's just perfectly Halloweeny to me. It's called Firefly because it's got a really glowy green against the black. Look how nice it looks in the crunkled pattern. But like I say, it doesn't have nylon in it, so this is the nylon thread that I've got that I could work into the heel and toe to reinforce it, which would make it slightly contrasty as well because it would obviously add more black. It's very, very thin, just like a lace weight really, probably not even as much as a lace weight. But I am thinking, let me show you, hang on. Don't we think that would look lovely as mittens? And hang on, let me pull it down my wrist. So I could start the thumb gusset now and it would be really nice there. I'm just doing this on 56 stitches and that's perfect for my hands as well, so, I don't know. From Preston. We had a lovely time last night. We went for a really gorgeous pizza at Moorebrooks. If you're ever in Preston, there's a pub called Moorebrooks. They do the most amazing pizzas. Really, really lovely. I had one called the Pill, which was garlic and tomato and king prawns, so there was no cheese on it. Oh, it was amazing. Lovely, couldn't eat it all. But yes, I wanted to give you a little bit of progress on what I decided to do yesterday in the car. and I'm really pleased that I've decided this. I am turning my crunkled socks into crunkled mitts, and it was just because I would have liked to experiment with the nylon thread, sorry, a bit close to the camera, in socks, but the more I worked on this, the more I just thought I really wanted to show it off on my hands so I could wear it sort of throughout spooky season, or any time of year really. So what I've done is I've continued with the crunkled pattern. There we go. It's a very variegated yarn, so it's probably quite hard to see the pattern itself. And I used the instructions from the mitts I talked about in my last wrap up, which is the Sarah Basic Fingerless Mitts pattern by, oh, what was her name? I can't remember, but I'll put it on the screen and I'll link it underneath. It's a free pattern for just basic knitted fingerless mitts. So I took the instructions for the thumb from there, but I altered it slightly because in that pattern, as you do the increases, you use a yarn over and then knit into it in the back loop on the next round. For mine here, so that I could work it out in my head, so that the thumb was completely separate, and then I just kept doing the crunkled stitch on my original 56 stitch count. I started off with a knit front and back, and I just put a stitch marker in front of the extra stitches. So I knit in the front and knit in the back, and I put the stitch marker in between those two stitches that I created, and then I knit front and back on the next one and put the stitch marker in between again. So I had 2 extra stitches that I created. I'm explaining this so badly. And then I knit 2 rounds, and then on the third round I did that again, but I obviously had some stitches in between, and that seems to have worked really, really well. I didn't continue the crunkled pattern on the thumb because I'm not that clever, but it's come out really neat. I'm really, really pleased with it. So I'm really looking forward to having these, and it means today all I need to do is go round and round and round. Sorry, the light is terrible. I've got you balanced on the headboard of in the hotel room because there's nowhere else really to put the camera. So I can just work round and round and round on this as we head home today, and then I'll finish it off with just a little bit of 1x1. What have I started with? Is that a 1x1 twisted rib? I think so. That's what I tend to do on my socks, and then cast it off, and I would probably pick up and do the thumb once I'm at home. That should be fine for this journey, but I've got the next one already started because I usually knit my socks and therefore my mittens concurrently. So I've already got the rib done, so I can always pick it up and work round and round on this as well. So I've got good car knitting to take with me on our journey back. So we're going to pack up now, go and check out. We're going to go and drop in on Lilia to say goodbye. Also, we've got leftover pizza, which she put in her fridge last night for us. We're going to pick that up to take home. And I will catch up with you when I've next got something to share. Hello, it is 5 o'clock on Wednesday, the 10th of September. I am feeling a bit sorry for myself. This is nothing to do with knitting and crochet. Well, it will be in a minute because I'm about to show you a load, but I had to leave work early. I had to use some toil and leave work early today to go to a parents' information evening for Phoebe's school for year 10. Phoebe and Dan couldn't go because Phoebe is doing her volunteering, walking a dog. She has to do a certain amount of volunteering for her Duke of Edinburgh. Anyway, that's all aside. I went along to it, and I mean, we knew it was going to be tedious, and it was, but it was tedious to the point of, here is a PowerPoint presentation. We will now proceed to read every single point verbatim at you, which I could have endured through 12 different subject teachers, but I very rarely, hardly ever, almost never have complaints about my post-surgery life. If you're unaware, if you're new round here, I do not have a large intestine. In 2012 I had my Large intestine removed in a total proctocolectomy. I have spoken about living with a J pouch, which is an internal, I had a bag, an external ileostomy bag for a while. And this is all in 2012. And then I now have an internal J pouch. If you want to hear more about that in detail, because you might, a lot of people, I had ulcerative colitis, which is the reason why I had that surgery. I had it for many, many years, since I was 19. And I lived with it throughout a huge portion of my adulthood. I have talked about that in a video on my other channel, so I will link that if you are interested in hearing a bit more. But it means that my stomach is very loud. I don't tend to get embarrassed about that. It's just very gurgly, very loud as things move about into the pouch and so on. I never think about it. It's one of the reasons I'm no longer a PA, because I can no longer sit in a quiet meeting and take minutes. I'm too self-conscious about it. I'm fine just in normal settings, but if we're in a very quiet environment, I'm very, very self-conscious about the noises that my stomach makes. And that was one of those situations, and I'm just gonna pause for a minute. Okay, just containing myself a little bit, because I'm not often in situations where I feel negatively about it, and I don't feel negatively about it, I just feel a bit defeated. I'm also extraordinarily hormonal, but I'm frustrated that that happened. So I left early as they were switching speakers, and I've just emailed and said I had to go back to work. Please can I have a copy of the presentation? What I didn't say was, because you were about to read it to me verbatim anyway. So let's make me feel better and chat about the things we love, which is crochet and knitting and all things yarny. Also, I've had a really good day today in the fact that there's been a lot of messages going about Yarndale and organising it, and I've been chatting to Suzanne and working out how we're going to do it, and people have been giving advice on like where to park, where to get food, you know, stuff like that. So that has been brilliant. I'm so excited for Yarndale and to share it with you. I'm a bit overwhelmed as well. I think there's like 203 vendors, so I wish it was on all week. You might have just seen this. I was just filming it to show you. This is a bit of a funny experiment. I have made a needle felted cube, and the reason I've made a needle felted cube is because my neighbour, who own Mia, the cat, they get dog food for their dog, and it comes wrapped in compostable wool. Basically, it's in a recyclable. Is it recyclable? Separate my wrapper. Pop my wrapper in the recycling, pop the wool in your home compost. So that's what I'm going to do with most of it. She gave it to me and said, is there anything you could use this for, like in terms of padding for the chickens, insulation, or, you know, something that you do craft wise. And first of all, I took it because I wanted to sniff it, because it smells like hugging a sheep. It's glorious. So I've had a lovely time just smelling it and having my kitchen smell a bit like it as well. But I also wanted to see if I could felt it. And I can. It's just incredibly short stapled, so it's a very fuzzy cube. But it might be an excellent thing to use for bases of needle felting things if I was doing like something quite large. But I don't think I do enough needle felting to warrant keeping it. So I might keep a little chunk just in case, but the rest I shall put in the compost. But it was fun doing a bit of an experiment with it anyway. So let me know if you've ever tried that, if your dog food comes wrapped in wool. I also made some progress on my creepy crunkled mitts, and I really enjoyed doing this in the car. So I haven't finished the first one. I finished the main bit of the first one, and I've got the thumb stitches on waste yarn, and I'm going to pick up and do a bit of a thumb, probably using the same instructions from that simple mitts pattern I told you about earlier. So I made them quite long so I can tuck my fingers in on walks and things. But I'm so pleased that I decided to go for mitts. They just look fantastic. I don't know if you can get the absolute glorious texture of them to come across on the screen, but I just love them. And I like that I've made them slightly longer than I normally would for mitts, both in the arm and the hand. So before I add the thumb, I'm just going to go through and make an exact note of everything I did on this one so I can replicate it identically on the second one. And then I'll probably do the thumbs at exactly the same time, like sit and do them in one session so I get it exactly right and exactly the same. So yeah, got sew in some ends as well. Very pleased with that. And the other thing I wanted to mention was I've got something in the post. I know what it is, but I'm going to flash it at you anyway, because this is my subscription from Suzanne, who I'm going to Yarndale with. She is Green Lampkin Yarn. She does a few different subscriptions. I have treated myself, as I have done for the last few years, to her Advent. So I just buy it every month. I think it's every month, and then I get 3 a month, and by the end of the year I've got myself an Advent, so we're getting close now. And the other one is her blanket club, where you get, so with the Advent you get a I think there's a couple of options, 10 gram or 20 gram 4-ply minis. I've gone for 10 grams I think, although to be fair that's going to be a surprise because I don't remember what I ordered. I could go and check, but I think I just get the surprise instead. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so this year's theme is Mrs. Claus's Kitchen, and this is days 16 to 18. So I've only got 2 more months left. Whoop, whoop. I'm thinking of doing Vlogmas this year on this channel to make it really yarny and crafty based. Just for a little change, keep it interesting for me and hopefully for you. So that's that one. And then the blanket club is Blooming Lovely. Blooming Lovely. Talk about this every month. You think I would remember. And I always make an absolute mess of opening the box as well. Come on. Oh, right. Yes, Blooming Lovely. Blanket club. You get 4 DK minis and the theme is flowers. So I'm just putting the scissors back in the drawer that's in the table. This is how it looks when you open it. So cute and lovely. I believe her husband designs... Am I right about that? I believe her husband designs the stickers and things like that and does the artwork. Very clever husband. So I can show you this by, oh, lovely. Oh, I can show you this because by the time you see this, anyone that is in this blanket club will have them. This is the August one, and you are not going to see this till the beginning of October. So this, the August one is sunflowers. These gentle giants shine down upon the garden in late summer, their lovely faces glowing in golden light. How apt, because on my way home, the farm that's just at the top of the road has a field full of sunflowers, and they look absolutely gorgeous at this time of year. And the yarn is doing those sunflowers justice. Here they are. Oh, look. Oh, I love them. Oh, they're going to look so nice. So I'm making granny squares, 1 granny square per colour, and they're all going to go into a big granny square blanket. And I'm really enjoying the process of it. I've still got to finish off my blanket from last year, which is my hexie quilt one. Oh, I love it. Oh, that is perfect. I'm going to ball those up later. That'll cheer me up, won't it? Yeah, so I wanted to show you that. I bought myself a new suitcase because I don't have my own suitcase, and we're off to Spain obviously, then I'm off to Yarndale, and then next year Dan, my husband, turns 50 and we're going to go to Dublin because he's always wanted to go and he's never been. So I thought I'm going to need myself a decent suitcase that I can take in the cabin. We only take hand luggage when we go to Spain. So I've got myself this. You can see how light it is, either that or I'm super strong. Not super strong. So did you hear my tummy then? That's the kind of noise I have to put up with. I was going to cut it out, but I thought I'd leave it in to show you. Yeah, so then I got a bit waylaid with thinking, oh, do I want to crochet a little keychain to go on my luggage to make it cute? Like a little Alice in Wonderland keychain or something. And then I was like, no, you're getting distracted. That's Dan and Phoebe coming in the door. And then I decided instead that I would start on Froggo's travelling outfit. So I'm going to work a bit more on that tonight and I will show you how I get on with it. It is now Thursday, the 11th of September. Oh, it's September the 11th. Oh, I hadn't realised that was today. That's quite significant. But that's not what I've come on to talk about. I've come on to show you something that I finished. We have had a difficult day. And I know that the last time I came on and I'd had a difficult day, Just before we went on holiday, we lost our beloved Peggy Sue chicken. She had a tumour and went downhill very quickly. The same thing has just happened to our Hey. It's not connected. The vet we took her in yesterday and he couldn't work out what was wrong. He was pretty sure it was a tumour. We took her home with some painkillers. She had a great appetite, so we gave her all of her favourite treats and everything. I'm not going to go into great detail about Hey the chicken, but she declined extremely quickly. She couldn't walk and we had to take her back this morning. We consented to him doing an autopsy, which he did without cost because he wanted to use it for his personal development and to learn from it and to teach the students that they have working with them there so that they would know in future what it was. So we were able to find out pretty quickly that what the situation was another tumour that would have been entirely untreatable. So we absolutely made the right decision. It was still extremely difficult, but it was very good. Anyway, I'm not coming on to talk about losing a chicken, but it's very sad. So I came back and I was supposed to be editing my vlog about our trip to France, which is something I really enjoy doing, but I also had a bit of a problem with vlogging whilst I was away because that wasn't without its stresses either. Nothing awful, but it kind of put me out of whack a bit with vlogging, so that's been a difficult process, and I decided to give myself the afternoon off. So that very long ramble about chickens and editing and everything like that is all leading up to the fact that I sat down and made an entire new outfit for a frog. So you will have known from the last few wrap-ups that I have been making outfits for my Froggo, which is a design by the Pigeon's Nest, and she has been doing an outfit every month. So a couple of months ago that outfit was like an exploring hiking outfit, and I want Froggo to come on my next adventures with me, so he needed his kit. So here he is, there we go, and he has got a fully functioning backpack with a natty button, nature button. You might just be able to see there's something in there. I might have winged some extra things so that he could have some accessories. And here are his walking boots, which are adorable. I had a bit of problems kind of working out the pattern and what to do, so I did wing the last row, added a slip stitch row to bring them in a bit, and then with the laces I've weaved them through so that I can pull them tight and they won't fall off. I wouldn't want to lose one at the airport or something, or at Yarndale. And then when Phoebe saw him with his backpack on, she said, "Oh my goodness, it's just like me on Duke of Edinburgh." So I then had to make him, in his backpack here, a couple of things that he might have on Duke of Edinburgh. So he has a map, and if any of you, I don't know if this is just a UK thing or worldwide, probably worldwide. If you are a hiker or you've done Duke of Edinburgh, or you navigate an orienteer, you might have had this type of compass on a red string that goes around your neck. Phoebe hasn't seen this yet, she's at football training, so hopefully when she gets back she'll appreciate this, because she was the one that had to wear the compass on their Duke of Edinburgh. So I just made it up as I went along, so it's not very good. But you can see there that it's got its little needles pointing north and south, and yeah, that was really fun to do. And the map I've done, so it's got a little wrap to keep it closed. Very secure, very difficult to undo. And this took me the longest of all, was embroidering a little map with X marks the spot. So that's what I've been doing to cheer myself up. Completely nonsensical, but oh my goodness, has it made me smile. I'm going to leave this out to greet Phoebe when she gets back from training now. And I will see you again when I have made some more crafty progress. Hello, Mia. I didn't realise you were going to be in the shot. So Mia's owners are back, which means, and she hasn't been over all week, but her owners are back. And she's come straight over. And yeah, she's being a bit needy this morning. But she's had a nice snooze on my lap, on Dan's lap. It's raining, isn't it? So you can't go and mooch about outside. I have been making scrunchies. And I mean, where did I just put my finished one? Literally just had it in my hand. Have I dropped it? Oh, yes, I've dropped it. So I wanted to make scrunchies. I think I spoke in the last wrap up about a pattern I had seen. I think it was in Crochet Now. This video is not in any way sponsored, but my last wrap up, I was working with Readly, I think, and I mentioned that I'd seen the Sweetie Scrunchies, which was a pattern, yeah, in Crochet Now, issue 123. It's the one with that cover there, and the Sweetie Scrunchies were crocheted scrunchies, and I had an idea, so I'm just going to find them to show you. Sorry, that's terrible. Maybe I should put them on the screen. That's what I'll do. I've probably got an overlay from last time. Sorry if you can hear my stomach. This seems to be a feature of this video, doesn't it? I wanted to make some scrunchies that I could wear when I was at Yarndale with Suzanne's yarn, because I'm going with Suzanne from Green Lumpkin Yarn, and I thought it'd be really fun to have some scrunchies, because I love a scrunchie. I do love a scrunchie to wear in my hair, but with her yarn. So I'd be like a walking display of Green Lumpkin yarn. So I've done my first one, and oh my goodness, these are so fun to make. So I just use a plain black hairband, of which we have 11 million in our house, and followed the pattern. On this first one, I added an extra 12 stitches, which I don't think I really needed to, having now made it. It's really scrunchy, like, what do you call it? Ruffled. And on the second one, I've done it just as the pattern. So this one is finished. This is her Jolly Holly colourway. It's a sock set. So I used the main colour for the scrunchie. It's really hard to show you. The main colour for the scrunchie, and then the contrast colour for the trim. Let's see if I can put it in my hair and be able to show you. My idea is I'll probably put my hair up in like a bun, and then have the scrunchie just not folded over, but over the top of the bun. But for this demonstration, I will wear it as I would normally wear it day to day. Oh, how do you film the back of your head? Can you see it? So this is where I would this would be my messy hair, stick it up, getting housework done kind of thing. I have no idea if you could see that or what that looked like, but my stomach, honestly. I am delighted with this. So the second one I have done with her Mrs. Santa Claus colour, and this one was not a sock set, so I've done it as per the pattern. So I think you start with 44 single crochets, and I love the colours in this one. So then I went upstairs just now, and I went into one of her previous advents. I had some minis left over from her advent where the theme was A Christmas Carol, and I've got these two, both of which appear in this Christmas colourway. So you've got the brown, but Dan thinks I should use the brown, and I quite like the idea of the pale speckly one. I've got my hair all over it. This is the problem. I spend my life getting my hair in my projects, and of course if I'm making a scrunchie, that's going to be even worse. There you go. So I was leaning towards the pale, but Dan thought the brown. So I might just have to make two, one for each, to see which one I prefer. I don't know. Or maybe I'll start doing it and then see how I feel. Both of these yarns are fingering weight, and the pattern is for DK weight, so I've just held them double. So that's what I've been doing. I finished Froggo's outfit that you saw. I've got another little thing I want to make Froggo for his holiday to Spain, because he's going to come with us. And I've also made some progress this morning on my second creepy cronkled mitten. So I'm now up to the point of being about to start the thumb gusset increases. You can see the pattern a bit better on this because this half of the yarn is slightly less saturated than the other one. And I've got my stitch marker from Kaylee at Home Tea Knits there. My little pumpkin. Oh. Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. I love this time of year. Yeah. So that is what I am doing today. But first I'm putting all of this away. I'm going to take Phoebe to football training in the pouring rain. I'm going to come back, put on my trainers and go for a very, very long, soggy autumnal walk. And I will see you when I've got something else creative to share. Oh, my legs hurt. I just need to put a timer on for my tea, which I will show you and explain in a minute. There we go. Okay, so I have been, it's still Saturday. I only spoke to you earlier this morning. It is now quite late in the afternoon. I went for my walk, which turned into a 10-mile walk. And I haven't walked much recently, so that might have been overdoing it slightly. But once I got going, I couldn't stop. So 10 miles, my legs are feeling it. And I did a load of errands on the way, and I stopped at my P.O. box, which I haven't done in a while. And there were 3 things waiting for me, which was just like such a surprise. And they're all kind of yarny or crafty based. So I thought I would share them with you because it might be interesting. I always like it when I see people opening things as well. But yeah, obviously I never expect to be sent anything, but I just feel so spoiled and so lucky. So I'm going to show you what I've been sent by some lovely, lovely viewers of this and my other channel. So this is from Sandy. Oh, I love these so much. So she sent me this lovely postcard, which looks like oh, it's got my address. Hang on a minute. Just turn that off. So our tumble dryer is in our kitchen at the moment. It's normally in an outbuilding, and it hasn't worked for about 1.5 years. And we've just been using dehumidifier, but we've had a few things recently where we've needed it. So Dan, we think, has fixed it. However, he has also made it quite loud, so he needs to fix it again, which is why it's still here, because he needs to look at it. Anyway, from a distance, she's done a lovely little watercolour leaf for me. And she sent me these 2 minis that she'd got in a, what did she say it was? She doesn't know the yarn dyes. I received them in a scrappy pack, but she thought I would like them because they are neon, and I am extremely partial to a bit of neon. So that is going to make wonderful pops in some projects. I love those. Thank you, Sandy. And she also sent with me, and they kind of match, 2 teas. So she sent me a purple one, elderberry and echinacea, and a yellow one, lemon, ginger and honey, which is currently brewing here, because I was like, oh yeah, I love that now, I fancy that. So my timer will go off in a minute. I also had the most wonderful surprise card from, so I love mentioning this family because of the story behind it. So this is from Emma, but also Florence, who's her daughter, and Dave. And I met Florence and Dave really randomly in a shop in Bath. It was Bath. I dropped Lilia off to go and do an audition or a look around a university in Bath. She didn't end up going to Bath, but I had a lovely walk around while she was doing that. And I bumped into Emma and Florence in a shop randomly, and they recognised me from my channel. It just, you know, it was so random. It was just one of those things. You know, often bump into people who might recognise me at yarn shows, obviously because it's a yarn show, but just like going about like that, it was just so lovely. And they've sent me a couple of bits in the post before, and I just finished reading a book that they sent me, which was Alice with a Y. I'll put a picture up here, and it was an absolutely stunning copy. It was an exclusive edition with sprayed edges, and it was yellow, and I really, really enjoyed the story. It was a bit of a sort of Alice in Wonderland follow-up retelling, and it was by Anna James, who I really love as a writer, and yeah. So thank you. Anyway, this is all a preamble to say they've sent me a lovely card because they went to Yorkshire for their holidays, and they went to Bronte. country. What's the village in where they went? Hang on a minute. Hayworth, that's what I'm trying to think of. So got this lovely card, The Evening Walk, from an original paper cut collage by Amanda White. And the note inside has said they picked me up a couple of bits whilst they were there because they know of my love of Jane Eyre. So they brought me this wonderful little print, this little card. So I'm going to frame this to put in the living room. And they sent me this, a Bronte tiny pamphlet kit. Recreate the type of pamphlet made by the Brontes when they were children. Contains cover material, paper thread and instructions for 3 pamphlets. How cute is that? Something a little bit crafty. I'm definitely going to do that. Maybe I'll try and do it during this vlog if I get time. And then finally, I've saved this, but I haven't opened them up. I've got 4 little parcels here, which were wrapped in this very exciting sort of pirate sheep, knitting sheep tissue paper. And this is all from Jamie. So she sent me a lovely card and there's a note explaining everything in here. And what she said is, do with them as you wish, keep them, pass them on to others or use them as giveaways. Okay, so 1, lobster stitch stoppers. Ooh. So let's see if I open the right one. If not, I'll just read the description out. But on the envelope, she sent me a sticker and she hasn't stuck it so I can use it in my project notebook. It is Wonderland Yarns, a Frabjous fibres. Isn't that lovely? Oh, I opened the right one. So it says, lobster stitch stoppers, just had to get them for you. Oh my goodness, I do use stitch stoppers a lot. I love these. Look at those. So this is by Fox and Pine Stitches and they are on Instagram. There's all their information. I shall also put links obviously underneath. So this next smaller one, Wonderland Yarns, Stitch Markers and Needle Minder. Well, that's my timer for my tea. Take the tea bag out. Give it a sniff. It smells nice. Too hot to drink at the moment. I had a yarn advent with Wonderland Yarns last year and these were part of it or something that was included with another yarn purchase. Oh my word. Oh my word. Now I have had a couple of people mention Wonderland Yarns before. Oh my goodness. Oh, she has spoiled me. Oh, I'm going to show you rather than just looking down and making noises. Oh my goodness. Magnetic needle minder. I'm about to embark on some Alice in Wonderland cross stitch. How perfect will that be? Oh, I love it. Oh, it's got a really nice magnet on the back as well. Snazzy. And then I've got 4 stitch markers that can be used for both knitting and crochet. So 3 different designs. I've got 2 of these ones, 2 of the teapot. I actually have a little pot that's just for my Alice in Wonderland themed stitch markers now as well. And then I've got a little, so I haven't got my glasses on, oh, a little bottle. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, and a little stopwatch, or a little pocket watch, I should say. Pocket watch, like the White Rabbit. Ooh. This is so exciting. I can't get them back in the little bag. Okay. Then there's some yarn, 3 by the Sea yarn. Now, a lot of you have mentioned 3 by the Sea, and a lot of the podcasters that I love to watch have mentioned that they love 3 by the Sea. I haven't got round to watching yet, just because of time, and I tend to then go down a rabbit hole and start watching loads and loads of episodes, so I really do need to do that. So it says here, 3 by the Sea yarn. Am I right in thinking they have a podcast? I am right, aren't I? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm right. Find them on Etsy, but the name of the yarn was Calling Your Name, and I wasn't sure you could hear that all the way across the pond. Oh, there's 2 skeins of yarn here. Oh, wow. Made in sunny Florida. Oh my word, what pretty labels. Tea in Wonderland, the colour is called. And she sent me 2 on DK. This is their Destin base, 7525 superwash merino nylon. Tea in Wonderland. Oh my giddy gosh. Let me take them out of the packet and brush it in. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's so Wonderlandy, but it's also neon-y as well. Look at the neon. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at those dark speckles there as well. Oh my word. Talk about spoiled. Wow. And then it says 3, oh no, hang on, where is it? It's on the back. 3 by the Sea project bag. Project bags by these designers are very hard, underlined, to snag when they update their shop. I can only guess my good fortune was because I wasn't trying to get it for myself. That is so kind, Jamie. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. Oh goodness me. Oh, I've never seen this style of illustration before. Oh, right, I'm going to take it out the packet to show you. Oh no, I've never seen this style of illustration before. Alice, so that you've got the blue caterpillar, bit of an anime like Alice there, the Cheshire Cat, the flamingo, the Hatter's hat, got the white rabbit. Where is he? There he is. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's lined with dots. Oh, it's so lovely. Oh, and here's their card. 3 by the Sea designs. That's so cool. And there's all their details. Oh my word. Thank you so much, Jamie. And thank you, Emma and Florence and Dave. And thank you, Sandy, as well. Oh my goodness, it feels like my birthday. We've had a tough week in this house. I'm going to go and drink my tea and clean the kitchen. I was going to say and sit down and look at all my lovely gifts, but I have to clean the kitchen first. Friday the 19th of September. You can probably hear quite a lot of background noise. The front door is open and Dan is hoovering his car because he's got today off because he is taking us to the airport. I'm going to Spain for 4 days today. Let me just move this back a bit. Ooh. There we go. And also if I move this way, you'll just be able to see a sleeping cat behind me. Yeah, I'm off to Spain today. We've got a flight at about 4 o'clock this afternoon. I'm going with my 2 best friends from university, Becky and Claire. They have very willingly agreed to be in the vlog that I will be making about that trip. So look out for that on my other channel. And I thought I'd dip in to do a bit of an update. I don't feel I've made any, I feel like I've been so distracted and all over the place. And I haven't been able to sort of sit and dedicate time to anything. I really wanted to make big progress on my April cardigan, and I haven't even shown it to you. I have picked up all of the stitches for the button band and I've started working it, but I'm not happy with the placement of the button holes. So I'm only at the very beginning of doing that, so I am going to rip back and just move them slightly up a bit, but that is a job for when I October, I think, when I'm no longer travelling about. I thought I'd just share with you the latest thing that I've made, and a finished thing, and show you what I'm going to take as my knitting for the journey, which I've only just decided on. So little Froggo, you've already seen, he's not got his rucksack on, it is packed, and he's got his boots on because he will be coming with us for the journey. And I wanted him to have something else to bring, but I'm so packed to the very maximum in my suitcase that it's not going to come with me. Maybe I'll take it to Yarndale instead. I don't know if he'll get much swimming done at Yarndale, but one of the patterns that the pigeon's nest done, one of the seasonal patterns, is an inflatable flamingo pool thing that he can sit on if he's in the pool. Obviously he wouldn't be wearing his boots in the pool. But yeah, there you go, he can relax in the pool with a cocktail, and I wanted to take this with me so I could get a picture of him in Spain on his flamingo, but it's not going to fit in, so he's not going to be able to take that, unfortunately. He is taking his yoga mat and his yoga shorts, so he will do some yoga while he's there. I'm not best happy with this. I followed the pattern, it was fine, but I think generally when I do amigurumi, because what I'm doing with all these patterns is I'm following them exactly yarn weight and hook size, but normally what I would do when I'm making amigurumi type things like this is do quite a tight gauge, and therefore I wasn't very happy with how it came out. It's very gappy. Oh, it's not going to look as bad on screen now, is it? But you can see the stuffing through the holes, and normally when I make amigurumi I don't like to have that. I like it so you can't see. Oh look, you can see it a bit more there at the front where the stitches have been pulled a bit. So normally I like a lot of a tighter gauge than that. Also I ran out of yarn, so you can probably see that this is one yarn, which is a Drops Muscat, and then this is a Drops Paris, which I held double. To get the same weight, and they're very similar in colour, so then that's fine. But yeah, it's not my best amigurumi job, but it is very funny. Phoebe loves it. I put some wire armature in the neck. I did take a little bit of film last night as I was doing it about how I bend over the top of the armature and really tie around some stuffing so that I don't get anything poking out. And I've just got the armature to the top of the neck here, and then it's down into the body here. So it means in a way it's posable, but mainly it means that neck is not going to get floppy. The head will be, but that neck is going to stay upright and won't go funny. But yeah, not best happy with it, but it is quite a funny thing. I might just leave it here on the shelf to amuse everyone whilst I'm away. And knitting wise, what I'm going to take with me on the plane is I literally just decided this morning because I have the yarn all caked up and ready to go. So I've grabbed some DPNs and put them in this lovely little holder from Sherry Iris, and then I was making scrunchies, which I think I've already filmed, and from the first scrunchie I made I've got the Jolly Holly colourway from Green Lambkin Yarn in 2 cakes, and the contrast as well. So that's basically all ready to go for some socks. So that is what is going to come with me, nice and compact, and I can start those easily on the plane. I'm pretty much from memory now with a vanilla sock, so I can get that started and do the rib, and then if I want to then add a pattern, I've got loads of patterns that are just I can access on my phone or my iPad, which I'm taking with me. So if I want to add a stitch pattern and something simple, I can, and I can also refer to it. I'm not quite off book for the heel, but almost, but not quite. So I can refer to that as I go. Chances are I won't get any knitting done, but it's nice to have it in case. I'd hate to think of me delayed somewhere without any knitting or crochet to do. Right, I'm still in my pyjamas. I'm going to go and get a snack and get dressed. and then I'm off to Spain. So I might try and film whilst I'm there, a little update. If not, next time you see me, I will be back and probably getting ready to go to Yarndale. Promised myself that I wasn't going to film today still in my pyjamas without having done anything to my hair, but yet here we are. It's about 11:15 on Thursday the 25th of September, so we're 5 days from the end of September, and today I am packing because I am off to Yarndale tomorrow. I'm very excited and extremely nervous, and I thought I'd just give you a quick update. Although I think the last time I spoke to you properly, no, the last time I spoke to you was before I went to Spain. So I got back from Spain very late on Tuesday night. So I've only been back for 1 night, 2 nights really, 1.5 nights. I got home just after midnight on Tuesday to Wednesday. I still feel absolutely exhausted, and I can't quite bring myself to go and pack, but I have edited my vlog that's going to go up on my other channel on This Little Wonderful Life about my trip to Spain. So I will link that in the description box in case you're interested in watching. And I have got a couple of things to flash at you in the yarny sense. I started a pair of socks whilst I was away. I decided to just take some yarn and some needles to cast on some socks if I fancied a little yarny project whilst we were travelling. Oh, sorry, just had to have a little coughing fit. I've got a frog in my throat. So I am making a pair of socks with Suzanne's Jolly Holly yarn, which I used to make the scrunchie that you would have seen earlier, and that is packed to take to Yarndale with me. So I cast on the plane on the way home actually. So a 1x1 twisted rib with a just cast on edge and 1 row of the contrast colour at the top as per usual. 1x1 twisted rib, which is my favourite. Then I did 2 rows of just plain knitting, and then thought, oh, I want to do a pattern, but I couldn't decide on which pattern I wanted to do. So what I've done is I've shoved in something from a stitch dictionary. Hold on. I got this on eBay a few years ago now, the Vogue Dictionary of Knitting Stitches by Anne Matthews. Got it for about £1, I think. It's in good condition, but it's obviously been read a bit. When was it published? First published in 1986. So it's only 9 years younger than me, this book. And I found a little pattern for something that could be worked on an even number of stitches, except I think most of these patterns are written for working flat. So it's called the Purl Twist Diagonal Stitch, which if I was working it normally would look a bit like this. But because I'm just sort of mucking about, I just did the first bit. So I did purl 2 together, keeping stitches on the needle, and then purl the first stitch again and slip both stitches off the needle together. And you do that around, and then I knit 5 rows, and then I think I'm going to do it again and just have these little twisty ridges, which look quite cool. I don't know what the overall effect will be, but it's quite a fun stitch to do, and it'll keep me from getting bored. So that's my knitting project that I started in Spain, and I'm going to take to Yarndale as my knitting project. We're meeting up with Sam from Sam Rayner Crochet on Friday night. I'm going obviously with Suzanne, my friend from Green Lumpkin Yarn. And on the Saturday night, we're meeting up with a load of people that I've never met before. Lovely, lovely people who have welcomed us into their WhatsApp group. And we're going to be meeting them at a pub. Some of them are vendors at the show. I think nearly everyone is on Instagram in some form or another. I need to go through the group and write down everybody's names and their Instagram so I can go and follow everyone. And then I've got a few people that I've written down that I want to try and purposely bump into, and so on. So I've got a bit of a plan, but I'll be making a completely separate vlog about my Yarndale trip. I am also taking my crochet blanket project, which I'm also, funnily enough, making with Suzanne's yarn. That wasn't planned. I'm going to be a walking advertisement all weekend for Suzanne's yarn. But it happens to be the crochet project that's the most portable thing that I can take with me. I've got my latest minis from the Blanket Club, and I haven't done those into granny squares yet, so they're the perfect thing for chatting and crocheting. So I'm going to take those two projects. I don't tend to get a lot of making done when I'm at shows and things because I'm talking too much, but I'll take something in case. I also wanted to show you something I ordered. I've been meaning to do this for years because when I go to shows and I'm filming and I say, would you mind if I filmed your stall? I've got a YouTube channel and, oh, you know, what's the name of your YouTube channel? And I always tell them, and I always think it'd be really handy to have a little card to give people so they can see what I'm on about. I did these in a real hurry. I threw together some pictures on Canva, so they're not great, but they weren't expensive to do. So I pulled together some pictures from my Instagram. I tried to get as much yellow as I could in, and some yarn, and my little drop of wonderful, and then I've just written little drops of wonderful across the front of it all. Obviously it's yellow, and then I've written all my details on the back. So I've got little drops of wonderful, and then, oh, sorry, I made that go blurry. What I'm all about: crochet, knitting. What else have I put? Stitching and creative chaos. Then I've got my YouTube written out, and I also did a little scan me thing, so it does work. I've tested it several times, and my little QR code does work, so I'm very pleased with myself. So I can give these out when I'm at Yarndale. When I film a stall, I can say, oh, here's my card, which I find quite exciting. I've got quite a few though, so I won't take all of them. But yeah, I've got to pack those as well, so I'll put that with my yarn. What else have I got to show you? Not much progress made on anything else because I've just been sunning myself and reading books. My neighbour, who in my last update put a pattern through my door for a little crochet ghost, which I still need to make, put another pattern through my door, but this time in an envelope, and it says it's from Mia, who's their cat, who's currently fast asleep in our living room. She's got a new favourite spot on top of a basket where I keep my cross stitch, so I've had to cover everything and put a towel down and everything so she doesn't get all fluff in there, but she's very comfortable. But this time she popped through from Prima magazine a cross stitch for a spooky owl, and I love this because I like a full coverage cross stitch, and this is full coverage. The orange is cross stitch as well, and I do love an owl, and I love the fact that it's oval. Where's the picture of it finished in like an oval frame? Okay. So I've now got a few options for crochet, cross stitch for Halloween. I've got a kit that I've got left over from last year. I've got a cross stitch pattern that I saw in a magazine, in Cross Stitcher magazine, which I really like. And I really like this one too. So I'm going to get Yarndale out of the way, then I'm straight into Vlogtober. And at some point I want to start my Halloween cross stitch. Otherwise they're not going to be ready for Halloween. Well, they'll be ready for next Halloween. That's no good. So I'm off to pack for Yarndale, and yeah, I'll see you when I've next got something to share. I just thought I'd show you. I've been labelling my leftover. So when I went to Lay Family Yarn, there's a vlog about it on this channel earlier this year, and I dyed my second colourway with them, which is this one. This is the original prototype. It's called Whimsical Wonderland. You can buy it on their website. I adore it. Already made some socks with it, and I've got a jumper's quantity I need to get on with. But I had some prototype skeins, some practice ones, and I've got a skein of each, which I'm going to make something with. And I thought I've just been winding up some mini skeins to give to a couple of people as gifts at the weekend. So I thought I'd give them all names. This is as far as I've got. So I've called the bright neon one Hex. So I've been reading some romantasy novels, and I've taken inspiration from one of the Kate Johnson novels, which have all got Hex in the title. So that's Hex. And then I was thinking of the romantasy tropes. So I've got Secret Identity and Slow Burn, I've called them. And then this one is a Alice in Wonderland word, Brillig. It's like tea time, it means tea time, like the time just before you start making dinner. And this one, because everyone said in my vlog, fruit salad. So I've named them all now, it's fun. If you're a yarn dyer, is that one of the best parts, is naming the colours? I think hex is my favourite. Or maybe slow burn. Hello everyone, I'm just coming in on Monday the 29th of September to do a little very realistic update of what's happening in my making month. I had the most amazing time at Yarndale. You would have hopefully seen a little bit of clips from that. But unfortunately, halfway through the weekend, I started to feel pretty ropey. Excuse me whilst I just cut out the coughing fit. And I'm now feeling extremely rough around the edges, as you can see. I'm in bed. I have a knitting project. I have some relaxing crochet, and I have all of the knitting and crochet podcasts to watch. And that is what I'm doing today. I will update you whether that's still in September or into October when I can finish this September wrap up properly, when I've got the full functioning voice back and when I'm feeling better. Ooh, got a cushion to sit on. Oh, hello. I'm on a cushion. I've got my trusty tissues to my side. I am feeling, so I think I spoke to you on Monday. Today's Saturday. It's the 4th of October. Oh, the sun's just coming out. And it has been a rough week, a really rough week. I made it to the first day of my new job. Did I mention that? I started a new job this month at the gallery next door to where I work. So I made it in for that, but I was severely under par. I had to have Wednesday off my usual job, and I went into my usual job on Friday, but had to come home halfway through the day. And in fact, yesterday, Friday, was the worst day. And because of being ill towards the end of the month and all the travelling that I've done throughout the month, so where have we been? We've been to Preston, we've been to Spain, Yorkshire, everything. I feel like my making has been really, really disjointed and all over the place, but that is also kind of the reason why I've been enjoying filming my wrap-ups in this way, because it's a really realistic way of showing how crochet and knitting and crafts and creativity help me throughout the month, and sometimes fall by the wayside, but still the very thought of them and talking about them and making plans for them and thinking about those things help me, and how important those things are to me in my life. So it has been a really tricky month, as you've seen, and also back in the background as well. We've had a few things going on family-wise, personally, and so on. And it has been tricky, and it has ended in a really tricky way with feeling so ill. I've been too ill even to pick up any crochet or anything. I've done nothing this week. So I've written some notes so we can have a little look back at what's happened in September. What have we done? What have we done? I made good progress on my spooky, creepy crunkled mitts that you saw right at the beginning. But they're still not finished, but they're not far off in my lovely spooky bag. And we are well and truly into spooky season now. So I've got the first one is more or less finished, which you would have already seen, I think. Can't remember now. I've just got to do the thumb. Excuse all the ends and the waist yarn and everything, but doesn't that look great? It's so spooky. I'm really looking forward to wearing these on my walks when I can get back out. I haven't walked in so long, so I'm just looking at people walking past. It's really windy out there today, and there's like leaves flying everywhere. It's very autumnal. Yeah, I'm looking forward to wearing these on my walks, which I haven't been able to do because I've been feeling so unwell. So this is nice to finish, hopefully finish in the next couple of days, the pair, and then I can wear those as I feel better. The next one, the second one, is almost finished. I've just got a few more pattern repeats to do, then I'll do the rib, and then all I've got to do is do the couple of rounds for the thumbs. So once again, just as a reminder, I'm using the crunkled socks pattern for the texture, but I'm using the basic fingerless mitts pattern, which I can't remember the name of, the Sarah basic fingerless mitts pattern, which will be linked in the description. I also made Froggo's outfit, and you will have seen little clips of him as he was away in Spain travelling with his hiking boots and his rucksack and everything. And just behind me you can see his inflatable flamingo still sitting on the shelf where I left it before I went to Spain. So it's still there, just keeping us amused. So I did those, and I would like to get started this week on Froggo's next outfit because it is awesome. It's a crochet cardigan. What else has happened? I went to Preston, I went to Spain, I went to Yarndale. I filmed an entire vlog about Yarndale, and I'm really excited to be putting that all together. So look out for that in the next week or so. It will hopefully be all done and dusted for you. I'm currently in the middle, or 4 days into doing Vlogtober over on my vlogging channel, which is This Little Wonderful Life. So if you want to stop in and see what's going on day to day, I'm releasing a little vlog every day. And I have got as well, my friend Suzanne, when we were in Yarndale, gave me a Halloween countdown box, which I'm going to go and get and show you. So Suzanne is Green Lumpkin Yarn. You hear me talk about her all the time, and in fact I'm going to talk about her again in a minute because I've made some progress on my granny squares from the blanket club. But we went away to Yarndale together. It was really, really lovely. Like I say, we had a really nice time despite me getting sick halfway through the weekend. And she gave me as a gift one of her Halloween countdown boxes. I honestly was so stunned and surprised. So thank you again for this, Suzanne. So I'm going to be opening this over on Vlogtober. So if you are interested, please hop along over to have a look. If you've got the countdown and you haven't opened it yet, there's no real spoilers here, but this is what it looks like when you open the box. Look away now. Oh, this is going to be hard to do. Got lots of little extras, and I think there's 13 things to open throughout the month. The theme is Witch's Cottage. Not brilliant. Ooh, spooky. Spooky but cosy. And it says, oh, this is lovely. In the depths of the enchanted forest, nestled among the tallest trees, sits the witch's cottage. Smoke rises from the chimney, broomsticks lean beside the door, and inside the cauldron bubbles over the fireplace. You see, I feel like this is my future life. I feel that this will be me in the future, living in a lone cottage in the woods with a cauldron bubbling away. By the hearth sits a rickety, well-loved spinning wheel. Herbs, onions and garlic strings hang from the oak beams of the kitchen ceiling. A patchwork quilt hangs over the back of the rocking chair, next to which stands a huge Welsh dresser, crammed with jars of culinary and medicinal ingredients and bottles of tinctures and potions. Behind the cottage, the garden is full of fruit trees, and beneath them sprawl great pumpkin vines laden down with glowing orange fruits. Oh, how atmospheric is that? So I'm going to be opening these over on my Vlogtober. So if you want to see what's inside, please do go over and watch that. And if you want to see my haul, the things I bought from Yarndale, make sure you keep an eye out for my Yarndale vlog coming soon. Okay, what else have I made progress on? Jolly Holly socks. Jolly Holly socks, yeah, that's right. In my bag by the Wandering Pearl. I've made no progress at all, other than I started the second sock. So basically I've got the start of one sock and the slightly less start of a second sock. So here we are. This is how it was when you last saw it. And this is the second one. So I'm going to knit my socks concurrently, as I usually do, as I go throughout the month. These are going to be my Strictly socks. I'm not running the Strictly sock along this year. Needed a bit of a year off, and thank goodness, because I wouldn't have had the energy for it after all of this. So these are going to be my Saturday night Strictly socks. So they're going to go over there on the sofa, because that's where Dan and I will be later watching Strictly. Who's your favourite so far? Let me know. I don't know. I think it's a strong year. Really loving, what's the drag queen's name? Can't remember, but she's hilarious. I think she's going to be very entertaining. Enjoying watching Kai dance, as always, every year. Dan was feeling quite jealous, I think, of my admiring glances. Yeah, well, I'm going off on a tangent now. I have not long taken a lemon sip. It might be affecting my brain. I think that's everything. Sorry if this is a bit of a disjointed month and a bit of a disjointed finish, and I'm rambling a lot, but that's just where we are. Oh, I was going to show you my granny squares, wasn't I? What's in here? Why have I brought this bag with me? Oh, I'm making my... I haven't done anything on these. I made my friend Victoria, who is what Victoria read, for her birthday, some mittens with a yarn colourway by the Skein Hawk yarns in the colourway Lady Macbeth. And I've got leftovers in here because I want to make myself a pair as well. But I haven't even started that, but that's why this is here. And I'm just so in love with this. I've got my Calcifer stitch marker from Kaylee at Home Tea Knits on here. Oh, I adore it. I almost want to put it on a necklace so I can keep him with me. And then in my bag by this Lizzie Sews. Hope you're feeling better, Lizzie. She was feeling a bit under the weather as well. I have crocheted up all 4 colourways from the Blanket Club from the September or August minis, which were sunflowers. So here they are. Beautiful. Oh, I know they're for August, but they're so autumnal, aren't they? So yeah, I'm doing well. I've got a bag full here. And that's done. Right, I'm going to shut up now. I will see you at the end of October or beginning of November. I'm going to do that as a proper sit-down podcast because I'm doing Vlogtober. I won't have time to film throughout the month as well. So my next wrap-up will be a sit-down one. Let me know what you've been working on in September and what your autumn making plans are, particularly your spooky ones for October. And if you're doing Vlogtober as well, please let me know in the comments so I can come along and watch and so other people can come and find you as well, because I love a bit of Vlogtober and Vlogmas. And I will see you in the Yarndale vlog and whatever else I come up with over the next month. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy knitting, happy crocheting, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye. Oh, I'm dying.